Mam lighting talk, ale będę mówić po angielsku, bo nie mogę mówić po polsku tak dużo. So, 10 years ago, I have faced a disaster. I have woke up one morning, I have tried to open my mail and it was saying, "Hey, Dmitry, please enter password." And I said, "Oh, I'm storing all my passwords in my KeyPass. I'll enter right now my master password and will enter my mail password. No problems at all." I have started typing my master password to KeyPass. A, B, C, D. What's going next? I remember the first part of password, which I was using for like 5 years already. But I have forgot the second part of my password. Completely. Absolutely no idea what should be next. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Because some bank clients stored in this KeyPass, some mail accounts. Half of my life is actually stored in this KeyPass. What to do? What to do? What to do? I have started to search for some brute force solutions for KeyPass, but by this point in time, it was not so very popular password manager, and because of that, there was no such things. I have found something, but it was like, oh, we will be brute forcing all your passwords, and I think, 15 characters in total, brute forcing, maybe in next life it will find something for me. What to do, what to do, what to do, and I thought, oh, I'm an automation guy, I can automate it. Maybe there is a command client for KeyPass, and for sure there is a command line client, which is showing you something, oh, you have opened successfully your KeyPass database. So we have solution. I will just input all the dictionaries, or I will create dictionary myself. I'm having the very first part of my password. I will need a little bit, like 5 characters. I forgot only 5 characters of my password. I remember that there should be like 4 to 5 characters after this first part. So I will create PowerShell script, which will be just brute forcing for me and searching for very specific line in output, if it is successfully opened or not. I've created this program like in 15 minutes. I have implemented just going one by one password of every possible characters after this first part of my password. I have started it and went to work. I've returned it, password was not found. I was, oh my God, what's going on? I need to implement progress bar for my password brute force because I'm not seeing what is going on. I have implemented simple progress bar, which will be showing me like 1,000 of password tried, 2,000 of password tried, 3 password. And I was proud of myself. I've entered it, clicked OK, went to drink a cup of tea. I've returned it, and even not 1,000 of password was brute forced. And I was, very strange. I will reduce progress to 100. 1 hour later, even no 100 password was brute forced. Okay, one by one. After another 2 hours, even not 1 password was brute forced. What the hell is going on? I've tried like entering just 1 password and to command line client, and it was like so very fast. And what is going on? I'm unable to even brute force 1 password. Where is the problem? I have started to look in my program, and it was something similar to that. I was looking at it and was not understanding what is going on. I'm just renting an array of all possible values of all passwords, and it was not able to create like 1 million of records. 1 million, I can create it in SQL like in a couple of clicks. I have started reading forums, and one guy was saying, hey guys, arrays are very slow. So if you are creating arrays this way, and if you are using it this way, it will be very slow. Use array list instead. And I said, what is array list? It was 10 years ago. I was very young. I've read what array list is. Understood nothing, but I have found how to use it. So I have re-implemented my approach of creating arrays, and it was this way. So very similar. The only difference, I'm not using plus equal now. I'm just using method add. And after 15 minutes, I have found my password. So I have spent like one day trying to create program with arrays, which will be forcing my password, and was not succeed. And with array list, I have succeeded. I was said, yeah, guys, arrays are slow. I will never use it again. I will be using array list all the way. Time passed. I have a little bit. I learned a little bit of programming more. I decided, array list is faster, but why it's faster? Why it's actually why it's this approach, which even we could find on PowerShell Guy and other famous guys who are writing PowerShell on internet, why they're proposing this and why it is slow. And this opened me to a wonderful world of dynamic programming, of dynamic typing, actually. What actually this operator does for array, it's not like adding something to array. What it does actually, it deletes previous, it takes previous array, it creates a new array, which is one element bigger than the previous one. So if we are trying to add 1 million elements to an array, we will be trying to create 1 millionth array with each step, and it's really slow. So what we're trying to do here is constantly adding, allocating and freeing memory, allocating and freeing memory, allocating and freeing memory. And this is really, really slow. The difference with array list is that it's organized like a list, actually. So every previous elements pointing to another, so memory allocation appears as you are adding elements. And what to do? Sometimes it's much easier to use really arrays. Why should we not use arrays? And yes, we can use still arrays, but we need to remember this relocation of memory. To overcome deletion and creation of array once and once again, you better to pre-allocate memory. So very simple. So you want to allocate just 40,000 of elements. You're pre-allocating memory like this, and you could survive this. It will be almost as fast as array list, actually. Time passed. I was working with PowerShell more and more, and one day I thought, but what happens if I need to allocate memory for like array of PowerShell custom objects? I do not know how many memory I need to pre-allocate for these. So what to do? So I need to create an array of 5,000 PowerShell objects or PowerShell custom objects like this. What will happen in this case? Because will it be allocating memory, deleting arrays because I have created array of encoded type? And I have started to read once again, and I thought that I'm overcomplicating things. When we are allocating arrays of objects or PowerShell custom objects or PowerShell objects, it's really creating array of references. So it doesn't matter which elements we really will be putting into each element of array. It will be just referencing some additional memory. So yes, additional memory will be allocated on the go, but initial array will not be recreated with each step. Last time, PPoSh reminded me also that PowerShell is quite thin, quite can predict what user can input. So very PowerShellish way, you could just with for cycle, for loop, return elements and they assign it to some variable. It will be as fast as relocating memory, but actually, what I'm talking about, what is the difference? How different is time? Some numbers actually. So I'm creating like 40,000 of elements. Who have 40,000 of users in organizations? I believe a lot of people. So you want to go through some Active Directory and create an array of users who have some field is not set up. So very common task will be for you. And actually, to create an array of 40 elements, it took 70 seconds with original approach, and just 2 seconds with all other approaches. So difference is very low between all these additional approaches. The only difference here when we are creating an array of objects, it will be converting your type when you are putting it into. But it still will be pre-allocated, and the amount of memory needed for one int is actually equal to 1 ref. So next time, when you will be working with arrays, remember that you need either to pre-allocate memory, or if you have no idea completely how many elements you will be working with, either use array list or PowerShell way when you're telling just PowerShell will allocate memory later for all the elements which I will find. Any questions?
No. Did you try a system collections list with object type?
Yes, you can. List will work as well, because array list and lists they work very similar.
So no difference in speed.
No. Difference in speed will be like in millions of elements.
Okay.
Yeah. And it will be not very big.
Yeah, so the PowerShell approach, somebody who will come from the PowerShell approach will use your last try as the first one. Not from programming point of view and programming approach, but directly from PowerShell approach. That will be his first choice, your last attempt.
Last attempt?
Yeah.
It depends.
Maybe he will use the for each loop without this even for, and this will be the not so.
Yes, it's possible to reorganize your code just to pass every element on the pipe as it appears. Yeah. So it's possible as well, but sometimes we need to create some collection and to work with it a lot. So we need to, like currently, I'm for example working with performance counters. I'm reading build.g files and then analyzing them a lot with different approaches, searching for different things in this, and I need this array to be present. So I'm passing it once, I'm passing it twice, I'm passing it third time. So sometimes we need to fill array with amount of some elements and to work with it like again and again and again.
Is there any difference in time of accessing particular element in both approaches? Because normally accessing nth element, particular element in the list is much slower because you have to go through the whole list.
In list, yes, but in array list, no.
Okay, so it's indexed somehow.
Yes. It's exactly like indexed. So you could take any element of a list by yes. Yeah, it's possible to access it just by index. No more questions? Then everything's over.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dmitry. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's gonna be a wrap up. Dzięki jeszcze raz za przyjście, zapraszam w lutym. Mam nadzieję, że uda się zorganizować równie ciekawe sesje. Z tego co wiem, Mateusz Nadobny, tak jak wspomniałem, pokaże Jenkinsa, a Jakub Piesik obiecał pokazać co?
Microsoft Grapha, PowerShella i może Power Appsy, bo wpadłem na pewien pomysł aplikacyjny po prostu.
Proszę.
No, ale ten
Inspirujesz,
to może najpierw.
On też mnie inspiruje, bo dzisiaj gadaliśmy i myślałem, jak robić customowe konektory z MS Grapha i potem w Power Appsach wykorzystać do zarządzania Intune'em na
No
przykład.
to ja mniej więcej właśnie to pokażę.
Czas start.
No i właśnie to jest potęga community. Cieszę się, że udało nam się spotkać. Cieszę się, że udało się wymienić pomysłów. Nie wiem, czy teraz zmierzacie gdzieś na jakieś piwo razem. Mam nadzieję, że tak, że gdzieś coś się uda zorganizować. Ja już wam bardzo podziękuję. Muszę iść biec dzieci kąpać i do zobaczenia następnym razem.
Dzięki.
Dzięki.
Dzięki wielkie.
Dzięki wszystkim.
Dziękuję bardzo.
A, to ja jeszcze tylko dodam, ponieważ nie strumieniowaliśmy na YouTube'a, natomiast jest nagrane na Teamsach, całość będzie wypuszczona później z Microsoft Streama. Będzie dostępna publicznie.
Dzięki Mateusz.
Myślę, że na YouTube'a też.
Na streamach można live caption, a na live trzeba samemu.
Niektórzy nie lubią tego, niektórzy nie lubią tego.
No tak.
Czy się znajdą ci, co lubią Facebooka i...
Nie na Facebooku, streaming z PowerShella?
Panowie, wyłączcie nagrywanie.